Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Great. Are you elated to be here?
I'm very, very happy.
I'm also happy to have you here.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so to start off, can you tell us about yourself? Your
Hmm.
name for my viewers.
My name is Titus Owusu Darko. I come from Kumasi, Ashanti region,
Okay,
but I currently stay in Accra, Ghana's
okay,
capital, Accra,
okay.
Usu. Yeah.
Yeah, so can you describe how your childhood life was growing up?
Growing up, I was very, very loud. One of my nickname was Tekishe. Ha. You want
Yeah,
me to
what?
go deep
Go
into
deep,
it?
go deep.
I was called Tekishe. I
Because,
was called Titus.
hey. Because of what?
Yes, because I was very, very loud.
Loud, yeah.
The tiki is from the word ticklish, someone who likes smiling. I'm
Okay,
always smiling.
yeah.
And so these are the two names people
Names
used to
you.
call me. And sometimes because of the Darko, because of Darko farms,
Farms,
people
yeah.
call me Akoko Darko. So these are some of the names.
Names
But,
you get.
I was that young person passionate about public speaking,
Okay.
very, very loud, MTN, everywhere
Everywhere
you
you
go.
go. Okay, so then your high school, right? How was high school life for you? Because I know you were doing science.
Mhm.
How did this come about?
Mm.
What was the decision?
So I was reading general science. Big ups to all science for students watching, and I know you are going to subscribe and then
Big
share
up to
this
you,
link.
right?
I was in science four, one science four, two science four, three science four. I was a general science student. It wasn't easy blending reading chemistry, physics, elective mathematics, and then biology, and at the same time, always learning current affairs, government because of debates and ultimate quizzes, learning literature, learning history, and then most importantly, economics.
Okay.
It wasn't easy merging science as
Okay.
my course and then learning other courses
Then
as
why
well.
did you choose science at the first place? Was it because of like societal expectation? Like if you do science
Mm.
means you are smart. Like how was it? Why did you take science?
So I wanted to in my family. I'm the first to have um, read science. Initially, I wanted to be a medical practitioner.
Wow.
Yes, I wanted to be a
Medical
medical
doctor.
doctor.
Yeah.
But then growing up, I ended up developing passion to read law to become a private legal practitioner. And
Okay.
so at that time I realized I wanted to do law. I wanted to be that lawyer, that renowned lawyer in SHS2. And at that time I had already pursued
Good.
general
Science.
science.
Yeah.
I can't go back. I mean, I know George Boateng Jomfo, the
Okay.
current host of
Yeah.
campus exclusive radio GIJ. He was also reading science with me, but he switched because of the green gold track system. It
Okay.
helped me, but it couldn't help me because if I tried to switch, I'm a green tracker, it would
Yeah.
affect my
Yeah.
academics. And so I maintain reading general science. And then sometimes when you go for debates, rehearsals, go for debates and meetings and stuff, lecturers will be mad at you. How much do you spend? How many times do you spend reading your biology textbooks?
Yeah.
You're wasting time, blah blah blah. It wasn't easy. It
So
wasn't
means
easy.
you didn't like the course you're reading when you got some point.
I loved it. I loved reading general science. And then I wrote some of the National Science and Maths quiz exam to be an NSMQ quiz boy in
Okay.
my school.
Okay. Then it makes
The
sense.
very first trial I was selected, the second trial I was a part of it until we were less than 50, that's we were around 30.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to pick just 15.
15.
And
Yeah.
then that time
You took. Yeah.
the
You went out
competition was
for
very, very
science. Yeah.
hard. And so I was
Yeah.
exempted from the selected
So
ones.
now you're currently at Unimac IJ, right?
Unimac IJ.
So what are you practicing there, or what are you studying there?
Okay. Currently, I'm doing communication studies, journalism option. Yeah.
Okay. So I've been seeing you GH1. You've been interning and all those
Yes.
things. So do you still intern at GH1?
Currently, I would say I have that relationship
Ship
with
with them.
them.
Okay.
I've developed some kind of brand there, some kind of respect there, and then some kind of service there. And so when maybe it's vacation
So
and then I
you
table my letter, I don't believe the general manager or the HR manager would deny my letter because I've served and I believe I have a good legacy there as a former
former.
intern. Yeah.
Okay, we've been seeing that on your TikTok page. You've been posting something about election. It's like you guys are doing something in your school about election, and you guys even
Yes.
created a whole YouTube, a whole TikTok page on that. Can you tell
Yeah.
us a history about that and how that came about?
So
And was it a course in your school too?
yeah,
Okay,
it's a
so
course. There is a course called political communication.
Okay.
This particular course is
Mm-hmm.
to train the young communicator in political marketing,
Mm-hmm.
political advertising, propaganda, how mediatization, how political actors uses the media as a
Yeah.
medium to influence the voters. And so we're exposed to all those things. And then you are mimicking the national politicians.
Yeah.
So you're going to do what they do.
Yeah.
And then fortunately for me, I got the opportunity to meet like-minded people like myself. And then we formed PDP. I went, some people filed nomination for me to be the flag bearer. I accepted my nomination, and then the EC accepted my nomination. We went for presidential primaries, and then fortunately I won to represent PDP to compete with other political parties.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
when you're going with someone, but I would bring that one later.
All right.
So about your speeches, you're giving speeches on concerning that you're doing the forum, like how the political parties in Ghana do. So
Okay.
solicit for votes
Yes,
to
please.
be flag bearer and all those
Yes.
things. So and it struck me because you made mention of getting some things for special students and
Yes, please.
how. So can you tell us about your policy on that?
All right. So one of my flagship policy as a presidential candidate was I wanted to create a specialized universities
Yeah.
for persons with disability. People were very, very skeptical with that policy. Anyway, let me educate you. You
Mm-hmm.
know, persons with disability are suffering in our various tertiary
Yeah.
institutions. Let's take Legon as an example. In Legon, you could see that there are persons with disability.
Yeah.
Attention given to them is not fully like how it's given to the ordinary person. And so we would get a specialized university, not even a single university, universities in every region for these
People.
beautiful people, so that attention would be given to them, their welfare, their psychological issues, emotional feelings, everything related to persons with disability. In fact, attention will be given to them, and then
Okay.
they would get the necessary or the needed resources to learn. And so
Okay.
I believe persons with disability have this kind of special skills God gave to them. And
Yeah,
so I
a
believe when
lot.
attention is given to them and they get their needed resources,
Yeah.
they will come out with flying
Because
colors.
most at times in my university, like Legon, right, I've been seeing some of the special students there,
Okay.
some who can't even see. But
Okay.
how they use the phones, they even send like how they call it, money to other people through Momo and
Okay.
everything. And I'm like, hey, how do you guys do it? But all the same is so good, and I like how they are in Legon and all. But it's also good initiative to get universities for them.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
so do you ever intend to follow political parties or to be a politician in general?
Yes, please. Currently, I have the vision to be into politics.
He has a vision, guys.
Yes, I have a vision to pursue politics. Aside politics, that is why I'm saying I want to pursue a profession, becoming a private legal practitioner, own my own legal firm, become one of the best not only in Ghana but Africa at large, and then of course a politician. Yeah.
Hey, so you guys, this guy is so amazing. From talking just normal talk to venturing into science and realize that his passion is in debate, join the debate society. I'm getting there, join the debate society, and now coming to do communication so that he can better his um, conversational skills. And now moving from how do you call it, communications to politics. I want to see you in the future, like 10 years
Amen.
from now. But okay, so now coming to SHS debate,
Okay.
you're currently trending because of your sound.
Yes. Allow me to snatch,
Mm-hmm.
crush, and smash.
Yeah, how did that speech come about? Did you memorize it, or like did you know about the topic? Tell me like something about that.
Okay, so Prempeh College, uh,
Yeah, he went on his school, of course. Yeah.
Prempeh College, we were competing with Prempeh
Let me open it
College.
for you.
Okay, we were competing with Prempeh College.
Mm-hmm.
Prempeh is one of the biggest schools in Ghana,
Yeah,
and so when you're competing with Prempeh College, because of the strong alumni
yeah,
they are having, you should you should face them with all the weapons you
you
need.
had, yeah.
So I wanted to overshadow their debaters. And of course, their debaters were my friends at that time in SHS. Shout outs to you, Sanusi, USA, Manuel, USA. They are currently in USA. And then
Okay,
Amanfo in Canada.
yeah,
Yes, they are the three debaters from Prempeh. So we met on the same stage.
yeah.
The
Sure.
MC even mentioned that they are friends already. Let me have a sip.
Hey. Okay.
Right. Mm. Ah, that's very, very nice. North
Yeah.
Ridge.
Not rich.
One of
Yeah.
the best cocktails I've had within the
Back.
month.
Yeah.
Now let's come back after that, digress. So we had the debates. I wasn't scared, but I wanted to overshadow Prempeh College, and to overshadow them, my intro in rebutting them should be
So
solid.
yeah, because if it's not solid, you can't
Yes.
even actually do anything
So when
about
I was called immediately, I got to the stage,
it.
took the
Yeah.
microphone. I said, facts, exhibits, and substantive points presented by my principal speaker is truism, and also its justification
Mm-hmm.
overly
Mm-hmm.
simplistic.
Ish.
To you, the ever wise
Yeah.
chair,
Ah.
honorable adjudicators, tenacious time custodian, ladies and
And
gentlemen,
gentlemen.
allow me to snatch, crash, and smash
Eh.
some erroneous. So I was trying to get the attention of the judges
Judges, yeah.
and then use it as a yardstick to overshadow the debaters. And when I used that, they were shivering and trembling in fear. And then the Prempeh College, the audiences from Prempeh College, they were doing this because they had heard of me,
Me,
Titus,
Titus, but they didn't
and
know
then
what power you're carrying out. Yeah.
exactly, some people knew me, but they wanted to see the show I'm bringing to the stage. And of
Yeah.
course, we did so well. Initially, we had kicked Yasantua girls out from the competition, and Yasantua marries Prempeh College.
Yeah.
So we punished the wife, and then the husbands wanted to punish us too. Yeah.
But how the end go of that debate?
For Prempeh College, the debates, we lost the debates. We lost
Okay.
by Yasantua, we kicked them out, and then we became the third that year. But for the national independence debates, we were the regional champions, first runners up. Prempeh
Okay.
even was kicked out during the super zonals. Ash.
Okay.
Yes, so we won the competition.
Yeah.
That was when I said, Auntie Becca, to your beautiful ladies.
Ladies,
There was
yeah.
Auntie Becca is a news presenter at Love FM,
Okay.
Joy News
Join news,
Multimedia,
yeah.
and so she completed Yasantwa. So
Oh.
before the contest, I
Yeah.
told Sewami here that Sewami here too completed
Yes, and well.
Yasantwa. So I mentioned it at the newsroom for it to read to Sewami here that I'm going to kick Yasantwa
Santua
out
is
of the
for the competition.
competition. And so I told Auntie Becca that no amount of sweet sugar coated words in their sweet voice can make the house discombobulated. And you know, ladies, they have this mellifluous voice with a soothing tonation when they speak.
Yeah.
You would love it.
The grandma is grandma.
The
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And so when you're a guy and you're facing a lady in competition and then you don't add a touch of drama, a touch of what someone would say exhibitionism in shushu
Yeah.
anymore, you are going to
Psychophancy.
be defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on your journey to diplomacy,
Okay.
because you participated in the Lifelink Tertiary Model United Nations,
Yes,
that was
please.
2024, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was it for you? Like, what pushed you to enter diplomacy or to go and listen to other people's
Um,
views on it?
so you know, developing passion for politics, I would definitely venture into the international
No,
front.
yeah,
And then I love policy analysis. You know that.
yeah,
I'm into policy deliberations, comparative politics. And so I wanted to do diplomacy and
yeah.
then be at the international front. My vision is to be a future minister responsible for foreign
In
affairs and
affairs.
regional integration.
Yeah,
And so I have to learn my diplomacy very, very well. I take diplomacy serious. And so coming into LifeLink, hi guys. He introduced me to diplomacy. Yes.
ah, not
He
about me. It's about you. Talk.
yes, I have to make it known to them. So
Okay.
the hosts,
Yeah,
fortunately for me, he introduced LifeLink to me, and I used LifeLink as a yardstick to build my diplomatic
yeah.
journey. He inspired me, motivated me to go for
Not
so many
about me.
positions. At that time, he was not even in Ghana.
This is not about me. It's
He was
about
in
you. Let's
USA
continue.
then, but he inspired me to
Yeah,
go. I went for it, and then one Daniel Ampong guy at the University of Ghana, his friend too,
yeah.
motivated me to go for it.
The
He
blockhead.
supported me, and then I won.
The
I did so
blockhead.
well. I won most eloquent during the CSW award.
See,
CSW means Commission on the Status of Women, and then it was lovely. At least if I didn't win any award during the dinner, I won a committee award, and at the same time, I was one of the famous delegates
Yeah.
in 2024 Lifeline Tertiary Model United Nations. And so I'm doing so well. I've met the Switzerland ambassador to Ghana, consecutively met the current foreign affairs minister. I've met the outgone minister for foreign affairs.
Yeah.
I've been meeting some ambassadors. I've participated in, I have a certificate from diplomatic convocation. I currently have certificate from Lifelink. So I'm growing.
Yeah,
and then thanks to God Almighty and thanks to him and other friends who inspired me to pursue diplomacy.
So on your journey to GAPS, how did you hear of GAPS and like what pushed you to do it? Because
Okay.
now you are the general secretary.
Yes, so GAPS is Ghana Union of Professional Students, a union bloc for about 73 plus universities and professional institutes and over 6 to 7 million professional students, both home and abroad.
Okay.
The likes of GIJ, UPSA, Wisconsin, Ghana Telecommunication University, MIG, Ghana Institute of Languages, those professional universities and institutes in Winneba, GAPS. When I was in level 100, the vision was to be an SRC president, of which I got many people to support me.
Why didn't you go for it? Because you're doing a lot in school.
Yes. In level 100, I became the member of parliament, representing my constituency in the parliament. I became a chief clerk. I became executive member in many committees in parliament.
But like, how do you hear of those things? So because in level 100 in school, I didn't hear of any of those things. In level 200, before I got to know that we had something like parliament in our school.
So even during SHS, I was practicing politics. And so I knew what I'm going in for at the university level.
So when you went to school, did they tell you that they had that thing in your school, or you just knew about it?
The vision was to become an SRC president. So as I entered the school, I did some consultation. Okay. Hello, I want to be an SRC president with some of the seniors. Well, hey, then you have to come to GE, represents the whole level 100 as a constituency, be their head. So even with the flyer, the publicity flyer for our matriculation, my batch, I was the one on it. And I was all over the place. And at that time, we were merging GIJ, GIL, NAFTI. So my face, my looks was on the flyer for the Unimac publicity. What is that? GIJ? GIJ is Ghana Institute of Journalism, GIL, Ghana Institute of Languages, and then NAFTI is the National Film and Television Institute. So you get under one umbrella. And the one umbrella, that is Unimac, University of Media, Arts and Communication. Okay. And so when I reached level 200, I wanted to go for the SRC president. So I was there when Abna Lakshri, she's the former External Affairs Commissioner. She called me. From your school? From my school. Big ups to her. She's one of the people who has played a pivotal role in shaping my leadership journey. She called me the Titus. You might, are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening. You can have yours.
You might jump the SRC president and go in for GAPS General Secretary. And in this case, even GIJ SRC president will be under you. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I was shocked. At that time, I was in level 200 second semester, going to 300. We were on vacation. I was shocked. I thought my wings were not heavy enough, hard to face the full rigors of national politics. I was scared. Let me put it in that way. But I told myself, no, that is the vision, and so I have to go for it. I bought forms 2,500.
For forms?
Yes.
Why are you going for presidency?
General secretary to lead about 73 plus universities.
Okay.
Yes, so I bought forms. I was in level 200. I bought forms 2,500. Wow. I went for vet and I faced the panel. The person I was competing with was the vice president for women in media. Yeah, okay. And so all the quintessential ladies, the classic ladies.
Please break it down for us. My viewers want to know.
All the classic ladies, the high class ladies in media, the likes of Bella Mundi, Anita Kiekufo Sewa, me here, those females, women in media. It's an association, they are vice presidents. She was the one I was competing with.
Hey, then how did you feel about
it wasn't easy. And at that time, she's with TESCON, NPP. Yeah. And I'm like a normal person with both TESCON and then, because I'm a media person. Yeah. So I don't think she's with TESCON, but I think she has links in TESCON. And so I was scared. And that time, NPP was in power. So she might have the links more than me. But I told myself, no,
But did you ever thought of like dropping out from the?
No, no is not like no is not an option for Titus.
Okay.
So I went in for the position. We went for vetting. Fortunately for me, I topped vetting.
Okay.
I went to the studio, recorded my own campaign song without hiring someone.
Someone. Wow.
Yepe Titus
We'll put the
Owusu
sound inside.
Darko. Great.
Yeah.
My fans have to listen
Listen
to
to
the
that song.
music
Yeah.
here. So I went in for the position. We went to Congress at Winneba. Some of my friends joined me. Some sponsored me. Some
Yeah.
from USA. Some
So
from
it is very expensive
Germany.
to do
Yes,
that.
yes.
So did they pay?
We will go to that
Okay.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have so many privileges, more
Okay.
than physical cash. So many privileges when you're a national officer.
Okay.
Yeah,
So going for the elections, you went. The elections were held in Winneba, right?
Winneba. Yeah.
So on the panel where people were voting, you did flyers and people knew you and everything. How did you feel like, hey, would they vote for me? Would they vote for me? Because other people were
So
using monies to actually
yes,
get the vote.
exactly. So what I did was at
And did
that
you
time.
intend to also come back, like if you didn't win, come back to be an SRC president? So like,
Solid question. You're a
yeah,
smart journalist. So I told myself
yeah,
that when I don't win the gaps,
yeah.
first attempt in life fail. F first, A attempt, I in L life
Mm-hmm.
failed. So when I told myself that when I failed the first one, it's like a yardstick to reach the zenith of my leadership distance. So far as students' leadership is concerned. But then I also told myself that I'm not wasting these huge sums of money on campaign and everything
Not
and
to win.
go
Yeah,
just like that. So I
yeah.
knew I'm going in for the crown, and I went for the crown.
Okay.
Yes.
So on that, like, was it that same day they told you they announced the winner, or is it some?
Yes.
It was that same day.
That it wasn't easy. The police officers were around. Initially,
Mm.
there was a confrontation between the EC and some supporters, the certain presidents and some supporters. I was scared. I went to stand under a tree and I told God that God, don't let my enemies triumph over me, because there are some people they wanted me to lose
Yeah, the
the
election.
position and
Yeah,
come back to GIJ.
yeah.
And then I told myself no. So first I've bought forms. I've jumped SRC presidency. I'm not coming back to any presidency. Yesterday at lectures, one lecturer of mine, favorite one of mine, Desmond Lante, asked the way you people are giving you fans when you take a microphone to answer
Yeah.
a question in my class. Are you not going for SRC president? In front of the class, I told him no. And then they were all shocked because officially I've not declared that I'm not
You're
going,
going
but
for, yeah,
people know
because
that Titus will
titles will
go for
go for
SRC
SRC
president.
president.
And so I'm making it clear here on this particular YouTube channel, I am not going for SRC president. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
in JIJ because I'm currently a national
National.
officer. I don't know what the future has for me,
Yeah.
but after gaps, I don't
No.
know
Yeah.
what God
Okay.
has for
So
me.
maybe next year, new appointees will be elected for gaps again.
Exactly.
So do you think of running for president for gaps, or you go into nukes?
For gaps, currently no.
Okay.
Currently no. Please let's listen to the English.
Currently,
Currently
no.
no.
He
I don't
might
have
go. He might.
maybe,
Maybe
but I don't have ambition for GAPS
presidency or
presidency or GAPS position.
okay.
I'm the general secretary constitutionally. I'm the second in command. I'm a signatory to the bank
Bank.
accounts. I can call together with my presidents. I can call for GA, that is General Assembly, NEC meeting. I have constitutional
What's
powers.
neck?
National Executive Committee consists of all SRC presidents.
Okay.
Yes. So as
From
I'm
different schools.
from different, so
Also.
as I'm seated here, SRC presidents for about 73 plus universities and professional
Under your
institutes.
feet. Tell
I
them.
work with
Yeah.
them. I'm
Let them
serving
know.
them.
Let them
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
serving them. And I'm proud to have been elected, sworn in part to serve you.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm
So
serving you.
we've answered one part of the question. The second part is, do you intend to go into nukes?
Nooks? Maybe.
So
Yeah.
break nukes down for the viewers to
So
listen.
NUX is National Union of Ghana Students. NUX is the whole Ghana, from Kirch to Masters to PhD. Just that we have GRASAG representing all the master
Master
students,
students, yeah.
graduate students. Yet GRASAG is a branch
Of
of
nukes.
NUX.
Yeah.
GAPS is a branch of NUX. All the students blocks, we give accounts to NUX. NUX is the mother union, the mother block. NUX represents all Ghanaians
Yeah.
at the educational front.
So don't you think after after Gabs, Nooks would be like a better option for you because you're never running for a South Sea president.
Well, I'm currently in level 300.
Mm-hmm.
Second semester, very soon I'll be going to 400. 400, I would be working on my projects. Um, I'm currently a professional events
Yeah.
MC. I'm an events planner, have my own marketing and
Company.
communications firm.
Yeah.
Registered,
CEO.
yes, I'm a young
CEO.
CEO,
Yeah.
registered under the Registrar General, Office of the Registrar General. I have my license and my certificates.
Yeah. Let's
So you
let's
see, I
brag
have
more.
external things that I am looking up
Looking up
to
to.
do. So maybe I don't know for now, but I'm currently a Nooks appointee. The previous administration, I'm a Nooks appointee. I
Wow.
was a Nooks appointee, sorry. Yeah, so I've been serving Nooks consecutively. Yeah, and I'm serving gaps. I'm serving Ghana, and I'm
Okay.
serving the world.
Okay. So okay. Then let's move into from that side. Now I come to hot seat edition. So about everything in general. I'm going to ask you anything random things in general.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
So who do you have a girlfriend? It's not a thinking matter. Hey, this yes, no, no.
Robert,
Okay, but do you
I
have a
wasn't
girlfriend?
expecting this
Yeah,
question. Do I
but
have
a girlfriend.
a girlfriend?
Yeah,
Do I have a girlfriend?
yeah,
Is that a question?
yes. Okay,
Are you
someone
sure?
you're in a relationship with. Let me put it that way, because you can have many girlfriends.
Why this question? Hold on. Why this question?
I just want to know. Oh, viewer, don't you want to know? They want to.
Girlfriend.
Oh, someone you're in a relationship with. It might not be a girlfriend.
Currently,
Someone
I'm
you're
not dating.
but you're in relationships.
No.
You're not dating.
Yes.
So who was who was the girl you're using to go for your campaign and all those things from the Land Cruiser V8 and all those things?
Oh,
They also
Sylvia.
you can't just use it for campaign, no.
Huh?
You can't just use it for campaign. Don't come and give me stories. They want to
So
know.
Sylvia is a colleague
Mm-hmm.
in the political communication. You see, political communication. We are mimicking the national
No,
politics.
yeah.
So Sylvia was my wife as a presidential candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you think in presidency, some of them stage their marriage because they want
Oh
to
no,
have
no, not
then
that.
why would you stage
I'm
yours?
too young. It wasn't staged.
Young
So it was
Ben.
like I'm too young, but I mean it's a requirement. So as when you're running for presidency, representing a political party, the people should know that your family is supporting you. So in that case, I had to get a family,
So
a
that family
wife, a child.
can't it be a what's the name? Maybe your mother, your father. Why should they be someone's daughter? Playing with
Mhm.
someone's daughter like that.
I don't know, but we are very, very cool. Sylvia is a close friend of mine. She went to a Fuakobi, I went to OT.
Okay.
So she's an Owa,
Yeah.
and then I am Obrempong. So Owa Brempong. So she's like everything. Yeah, but she's not
Mm,
my girlfriend.
but she's your everything, but she's not your
She's
girlfriend.
my friend, my mate. I salute her. She's a respected woman on campus.
Mm-hmm.
She's brilliant. Yes. But she's not my girlfriend.
Mm,
Yes.
okay. So the next one is what policy interests you the most? Like since your journey in politics so far,
By the certain governments.
by any government you interest
Policy
you
that
the
interests me the
yeah,
most.
and even in currently, what drama interests you in politics? Like currently,
Currently, the drama that interests me in politics is Akufo-Addo, Dr. Baumia, Memo Showdown. It's one of the
yeah,
drama
drama that
I
you like,
admire a lot.
yeah.
And then again, President Nana Addo.
Mm-hmm.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
The way he speaks, the way he dresses, the way he positions himself, I immensely salute him.
Okay.
So most of his
Demeanor,
reactions,
yeah.
demeanor, and everything, I love it.
Okay.
And then President Muhammad, the way he speaks
Speaks.
too,
Yeah. So
and his aura.
yeah. So for the certain government, right? What do you think? Okay, are they performing well to your
The
opinion?
certain government.
Yeah.
Well, they are so far 5 months,
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah.
Um,
So far,
they are
what do
they
you
are
think?
they are building. Let's see.
Yeah, but so far they are
So
actually
far
good.
they are on point.
They're on point. Okay.
Just that
Mm-hmm.
I would advise the president and the sitting administration not to digress. They should be on track and continue what they are doing.
Okay, so the questions I asked before, right, about the policy. So, for example, the current government, they want to hold the dollar, so they want the CD to be appreciated so much, like from 17 to 10 cities now. It's actually a good thing. What other policies do you think the current government are doing that interest you? It can interest you negatively or positively. Like, do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
So one thing is the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fantastic policy to bring out the entrepreneurial skills within the youth. One thing is separating the Ministry of Youth Development from the sports. It's one thing I stood on the floors of Parliament last year, debated massively on it. And then I love the fact that the president was listening to we the youth during the Commonwealth parliamentary debates. And then the previous administration, the free SHS policy. Well, some people are saying that the free SHS policy is there already. That is the progressively
but like I feel that wasn't the point. I feel like the free SHS, right, the one we had recently and currently going, is the actual free SHS.
So what I want to stand on is that I love the fact that the president's reason for the poor, talking about free SHS policy, and then I love the fact that free SHS policy gave the vulnerable people the opportunity to be educated. So in this case, their rights to education were highlighted, and it was very, very nice. The president used quality, access, and then equity to define it. Quality was questionable. Access was fantastic. Everyone had access to free SHS policy. And then the equity too was fantastic. If Diamond Michael Thompson, the minister's son, is going to school to be an educated person, Kofi Ejagbare Jagba, the cocoa seller's son, is also going to school to be an educated person.
And I also felt like that policy also helped a lot, because now we weren't able to get a lot of housemates, because first, when they're done with JHS, they can't pursue high school,
so
they were servants in people's
currently the certain president suites making the first year of university free. And so it means that when you're able to sail through, you can come to free level 100, 2, 3, 400. You can even switch weekend students loan trust fund scholarship and then continue.
Yeah, you can also apply for scholarships.
And then there is one thing is that when you take a step, you would finish.
That was like when you enter, you
so the president is using this as a source of motivation to push for you to be an educated person.
But I feel like people still say, if I enter, how will I do it? You can still do it, because scholarships are the University of Ghana. A lot of scholarship opportunities are there and all those things. Okay, so another hot question.
Okay.
Except before I ask, before what do you think on the LGBTQ situation? What's your take on it? What Sam George is doing, like what Ghanaians want, what the progressive media space in general wants? What do you think about it?
The free SHS policy.
Not the free SHS, the LGBTQ.
The LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
And what, like, give your general overview of it.
Okay.
First, then give what is going to actually help Ghana, not based on emotions of Ghanaian people.
Okay.
But the essence of why those things should be.
So what I can say is that
abolished or implement, something like that.
I can't say the president should implement or accept LGBTQ, and I can't also say the president should abolish it. The issue of LGBTQ goes beyond what we think of. The issue of LGBTQ plus, it goes beyond what we think of.
Yeah.
And so some professors, some elites in education are saying the president should ignore it and focus on necessities to redeem the economy of this country. Some are also saying that no, because of our family bills and family rights, we should protect our family rights. We should protect our children, the future of our children, and so we should pass a bill to demolish LGBTQ. I believe the conversation is very, very wide. I'm not even done with my first degree. to make an opinion out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have PhD holders, professors speaking about it, international bodies and international organizations speaking about it. So the only thing I can say about it is that even the outgone president couldn't have sent to the bill, sent to him for it to become law.
Yeah.
The new president who told us that is the new president who told us that he would not tolerate LGBTQ.
Did he say that?
He said in his time he would pass it.
Yeah.
He when he was sworn into power, he said it has to start afresh. Okay. Meaning the bill should now start afresh. He can't continue from where it should start afresh. Psychologically, emotionally, in my opinion, I believe that even him as president says it has to start again, meaning there are certain loopholes and certain things that they have to look into it.
Yeah, because of the general spectrum of
exactly. But, so I can't conclude on anything about LGBT. But what I know is that one, same-sex marriage or those things are how do we call it? Are sin.
Is that what you
before
think?
God?
Is that what you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Growing up as a Christian from a Christian home, I know it's not good.
Culture, like their culture based, but that's what your opinion. I want you to just listen to what you're saying.
So I believe that I know those things are not good so far as I'm a Christian. Nonetheless, I don't think we should harm those people when they are doing that.
Okay.
We shouldn't harm them, although it's not good. And then one advice I want to give to those in power, those in authority, is that these people need help. They need counseling. They need attention. Some were influenced, some were born with it. Some, because of some financial constraints, they are doing that for resources, materialism.
Yeah.
And so we shouldn't make a final conclusion about LGBTQ. I think it's a whole conversation together that it should be a national and international conversation with elite people, people in academia, people in law, counselors, medical directors, medical officers, for us to look into the matter of it. So as a young person, I think these people need help. They need counseling, they need prayers, they need attention, they need people to speak to.
Okay.
So, nothing happens for a reason.
Okay, so what I would say is concerning that issue. I never knew about. I knew there was something like gay because I went to boarding house from class 1 to so I knew there was something like that, but I didn't know there was something like LGBTQ before Sam George started talking about it almost every day.
Exactly.
So the thing is to protect someone, in my opinion, if you, for example, if you don't want people to know about certain things, you don't talk about them because preaching about them makes people know about what is happening. Do you understand? So me, when it happened and I was like, what is that? I was thinking, I didn't know what it was. So I came to university and I asked someone like, what's LGBTQ? No, Form 3 in SHS. And the person was like, lesbian, gay. It had like a whole transcription on it. And I went to research about like the full meaning and everything. And talking about medical practitioners and all those things, like people have said that it's not a mental illness. Some medical practitioners are saying it's not a mental illness and all those sorts. But yeah, so what do you think? You didn't know you were diverting from the question.
No.
What do you think of what Sam George is propagating on?
Okay, so according to Honorable Samuel George, Honorable Samuel George is one of the respected member of parliament and ministers in this administration. I salute him.
Yeah.
I respect him so much. Honorable is trying to protect the culture. What you mentioned, the family value bills, and then the culture we know in our family.
Okay.
So we know that these things is accepted in most international countries, most national countries at the international level, but here we are not used to that. And then now there is a conversation for us to
have on it. Yeah,
exactly.
I feel you.
So I feel
like people are not people usually do not know what it entails. Even people who do know as much do not want to like propagate it because you can be arrested or something. But all the same way, I just like you to speak your mind, and that's what you did.
Yeah.
We can't end this
So Honorable
conversation.
Samuel
Yeah.
George is trying to protect the culture.
Culture.
And then I love the
But
fact
yeah,
that he's
but like,
standing in
yeah,
for the truth.
I believe
But some
what
people
he's
don't
doing.
understand him.
Yeah, I believe what he's doing is right, but not to be preaching about it almost every day because other people are going to get to the news and know what is that. And some people also have like the notion, okay, I told this already, but I think it's weird. Now people are talking about let me go and research about all these things. And it becomes a conversation on what am I learning from it? Should I continue pursuing what I wanted to do already, or should I listen to what some judges and like, and what becomes the conversation now extends to what becomes normal and normal and unnormal, right? So, but like, I just want to leave it there. I just want to go further to the explanation of what I wanted to say. Yeah, and that hot seat question. What do you take on? Um, do you have any question? What do you take on? What's the name? What's your take on high school relationship or university relationship? But most of the times, high school relationship do not move forward. And did you have a high school girlfriend?
Yes.
You were dating in high school.
Yes.
How many? How many did you change? How many girlfriends did you change?
I'm a loyal person. I had a relationship with this beautiful young girl.
Did she break your heart or you broke your heart?
Uh, that conversation would have it
Yeah.
another day.
Okay.
But we are no more. She's lovely. I respect her so much. She's brilliant, and I always celebrate her unstoppability, her brilliance, uh, her dedication, and willing to learn, relearn, and unlearn.
Mm.
She was a lovely person. I teach her, she teaches me.
Yeah.
We do everything together. My younger sister knew her. They
Hey,
used
you
to
introduced
speak.
her to family.
Exactly.
Wow.
But we are no more. We are friends now. Yeah.
What did she break your heart or you broke your heart?
Oh no, not that.
You just realized that you guys were not compatible anymore.
Not that.
This is the reason why I'm scared of relationship because you guys
So
they're mostly
she was. I was a very busy person,
okay.
and then she wasn't
Getting
living
your
with me.
yeah.
Not that she wasn't living with me. So it was mostly phone conversations, video, phone, and stuff.
Yeah.
And then she's into academics. She's a brilliant person. She's into academics. She's reading mining engineering, and I'm doing communication studies. Aside schooling, I work and then I learn other courses. I'm an all-round person. So at a point in time, this
the
connection wasn't there, and so
you guys broke up.
we accepted the fact that we should focus on our books and our future. If it's God will for us to meet again and marry, why not?
Yeah.
But if not, the will of God.
Okay, that's so nice. Yeah.
You've asked so many questions. Let me ask you one.
Hey, you want to now come on my podcast?
Yes.
To ask me, I run to be asking me questions. Please, this is so filtered. So yeah.
What's the name of the
Robert?
this thing?
Spring rolls with pepper and this apple juice. I love this apple juice. Not Rich Cafe. Shout out to you guys.
I love this. I mean, it's soothing enough.
Hey, about the sound.
The pepper is very, very nice. Everything is nice. My favorite place so far. I would be coming here frequently.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me here. I love it.
So you want to
now? Let me ask you a question. Are you a virgin?
Yes.
No kiss.
I'm just 20. Kiss. Oh, I have kisses with my mom.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Aside your mom?
Nah.
No sex?
Nah, I don't.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Serious. Yeah. I'm purely virgin.
Purely virgin?
Yeah. And I've not dated, so yeah, I've not dated. Yeah. Since I was born. Yeah. I don't know the essence of relation. I like relationship. I like to watch people's relationship. But most of my friends are females and males. There's always they tell me about relationship. I was like, oh, not to be there. Right now, I'm not ready for those things. My books.
It was alleged that you said you want to marry a white lady.
Who said that? Who said that?
It was alleged.
Okay. The anyone I can marry you, but I want the person to come from a wealthy family. I'm not marrying broke. And the thing is, I'm serious. And the thing is, Not that maybe broke people are the brokenness I mean is not people who are not financially stable. Oh. Brokenness in mentality, which means that, like, for example, if I'm marrying you or something, you should have an edge of making your own money. If you're not even from a wealthy family, you should be an edge. Oh, let's do this, let's do that. Like, how can we make it? But a broke person will be like, oh, when in here, all this is worldly things. When in here, I'm not in for that energy because like, I actually want to make it in life. So I want a rich person. If I can't get that type of person, I want to marry a filthy rich person. So that even if they're thinking like that, I know there's money for me to stay in the house and I'll be okay because I want to be pampered too.
What is your biggest fear in life?
Biggest fear.
Yeah.
Now, I doubt, but um, before now, my biggest fear was camera. People don't believe it, and I tell them like I'm a kind of a shy person. But when I get my network, my energy around me, that's why I don't want people who will be putting me down. Oh, wait, now why are you doing this? Why? I want people to be like, okay, go for it. It's actually good. Go for it. Go for that. Yeah. So my biggest fear is to be put down because I can't do some certain things. And now most of the time when people tell me I can't do it, it forces me to do it more. Even like this podcast, we're like this branch date. Oh, why would you do branch dates in school? Like focus on your books and everything. Like, do you think you can find people to actually come? Whatever. I found someone. This is my first ever guest on the show. So and also an amazing person. And the other thing is, I never feared rejection, but I feared how I'll be rejected. Do you understand?
Mm.
I never feared rejection, but I feared how I'll be rejected.
Okay.
It means that like for example, if I came to your workplace and be like, oh no, we are full here, or yeah, you can't employ me, I'm okay with it. But don't say get out, like don't. I just fear how you reject
Okay.
me, but now I just don't care. I'm just going for it. If it feels yours, if it succeeds, good. Yeah.
Okay.
So now I don't have like a biggest fear. Yeah.
Okay. In the next
But yeah.
3 to 5 years, currently in level 300, doing
Yeah.
so well, renowned, good in diplomacy, good in debate,
Yeah.
good in public
I just don't
speaking,
like. I don't
having a
like
touch of
this
fashion.
accolades. Yeah.
Um,
I don't know how to
in
say
the
compliments. I
next
don't know
three
why.
to 5 years, how do you see yourself?
Okay. That question I usually don't answer because I don't know genuinely. People tell me I do. Oh, Robert, you are doing this. You are doing that. Doing that. You know, when I sit down, I just don't know. I'm not doing anything. I feel like I'm not doing anything. What I'm doing, everybody can do it. Absolutely, everybody can do it. So if you see me, then you are like, oh, Robert, I want to learn how to talk like you. As a lot of people say, please, you can do it. And there's not like something deep for me. I just do it because I've been doing it. Yeah, and I've been talking since childhood. There's like now that my bad from like it's not that like I don't like talking anymore because I used to talk and people were like, oh, but you like to talk too much, you like to talk too much. So like I wish I to reduce my conversation, but now having someone like Titus who is saying that he always speaking, they giving him crazy names, I'll be talking from now on. Yeah. So your question was channel towards like what do I see myself in 5 years or 3 years from now? Done with school, have a degree, maybe still pursue concentration or and do a master's or something, thinking of being a teaching assistant in university. I don't know whether I'll still do it. Yeah, basically that. I don't know. I don't have like I have a vision of a plan of where I want to be in life, but disclosing it, okay, it will be in the communication era or a communication space, maybe in United Nation, maybe in media spaces. I just don't know what the future holds. Because now I slept today. I said let me record, and I did it. Like I just don't have a specific frame or time for me to do certain things because I just do it when I feel like doing it.
All right.
Yeah, and I just have like a disciplined method to do what I want to do. So it's not like maybe everybody's doing this, let me do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know. For me personally, so because but now most of my friends are okay. They are doing fashion. Gerald is doing. I love
Okay.
Gerald so much. He's doing fashion. Titus is entering into politics. I am just there with my diplomacy era and whatever. Like in this podcast or this branch date. I want to do when I am ready to do it. Maybe it can be right. You can give a good advice, but at that point in my life, I just don't want to do it. But maybe I will still do it in future. Doesn't mean I didn't listen to you, but I wasn't there space to do it right now because a lot of people told me to do a lot of things that I've done, but I'm doing it not because I didn't listen to them in the past, but because I didn't feel right to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What question do you have for me again?
Okay, no problem.
You know, if you asked any hot one, I was thinking you asked like some crazy hot one for me.
Crazy hot one.
Yeah,
I have the answer already.
What's that? What's
I have the answer already.
Okay, but
and this time around, I don't want the girl, the audience to know that.
Okay.
Maybe yeah.
Okay.
I have that question. I have that question. I have my answer already. I know the answer definitely.
Then if you have to ask, then it's not a question.
Yeah,
okay. Then is that all you have to ask
Yes,
me?
please.
So viewers, we are coming to the end of this segment or this branch date. It's lovely meeting you, Titus, and I'm lovely having you on my channel.
Thank you.
From here, we are going to do a small TikTok on his sound.
Okay.
So it's lovely meeting you, Titus, and lovely having you on my channel.
Thank you.
What's one piece of advice you want to give to my viewers first before we go to on the TikTok trend?
Hi guys, my name is Titus Owusu Darko. I'm very very happy to be here.
Yeah,
and then
I don't know what I'll do, but it's good you're happy.
The one advice I'm giving to you is that be loyal to him, be loyal to this particular YouTube channel.
Yeah,
we have so many luxury things for you, so many beautiful things, so many. We dream wide for you,
yeah,
and so you're going to be enjoying so many lively and lovely content from this channel. Stay tuned and be loyal.
Okay, stay tuned.
Vice Chairperson, honorable adjudicators, international and custodian ladies and gentlemen, allow me to snatch, crush, and smash some erroneous assertions made by my opponents on the ground. They argue that